Hello everybody, and this is a little description of how I created a camera slider with a fast track Rubbermaid wall mount. Now this product, I found it at the local hardware store. It cost me about $8.99 for it. I've seen them online for more, but I got it for $8.99. Now this track, you can see, has got beveled edges and it's got a beveled center where we're going to use that to slide our little plastic cover. Now in the center part of that track, I put a little metal piece to attach my tripod, but you can attach it directly through onto that, or you can buy little attachments. I've seen them really cheap, about $5. Now our track here, I also added a tripod head. This is something I had at my house. It's an old tripod head, but it makes it easier to control the camera. You can see in the center here, I attached it with a 1/4-inch bolt and put some sliders in the middle where it's going to slide on that middle part of that beveled part of the track. I also added 2 drawer pulls on the side to make it easy to grab and push along. Now these little drawer pulls, again, they were about $1.30 at the hardware store. I bought 2 of those, and I used the same bolt or screw that it came with, and I just added 3 of these same size nuts to fit that. And that just added a little bit of height and also made the difference, because otherwise I'd have to go buy a different screw, a little bit smaller, to fit all the way to the bottom. I just used what I got. On there I also have a couple of washers. Again, it adds height and depth, and it makes it a little bit stronger of a connection. There's 2 on the top, and you'll see in a second there's also 2 on the bottom. Now I also put that slider on the bottom part of that washer. Now it's really sticky. It's actually hard to remove, but once you do, I'm just going to show you here. So that's the screw that it came with the drawer pull. I got 4 washers, the slider, and 3 nuts to fit that. So you're going to double that, okay? Those sliders cost me about $3.50, and the little washers are about 39 cents. I'm sorry, the whole thing cost me about 39 cents because each washer is like 10 cents or 9 cents, something like that. So 40 cents each for 3 of those, or 4 of those. The center part, you can see I added that tripod head. You can connect it directly, your camera directly to that slider, because I used a bolt. But this I had lying around in my garage. And also you'll see that I have the washer for it, and I added some height with a old skateboard bearing I had, but you can use more washers. Now that bolt again was a 1/4 inch, and I made 3 holes in that 20-inch length plastic there. So I drilled a hole size to fit the screw, but you can see it's about 2 inches on one side, it's 10 inches in the middle, and then the whole length is about 20 inches. Again, 2 inches on the opposite side. So that really makes it nice and even on each side, and put it right in the center for the camera. Now for that hole, we're going to use again the one that came with the drawer pull. We're going to put our 2 washers on there. That gives us enough depth so that that slider touches the center part of the track. And we're going to go ahead and add those other 2. Now that gives a little bit more stability to when you're pulling on those 2 handles, plus it adds that depth again so that track can slide on there. Now I'm going to go ahead and put on those nuts on there. Now remember that you don't want to tighten it way too much because it is plastic. I know it's Rubbermaid, it should last, but you don't want to break it. So just maybe half a turn, just to tighten each one of those. Same thing with the last one, just a little bit of it. And then we're going to go ahead and screw that on. And that's just enough room for that to tighten up nice and snug. And there you go. Now we're going to go ahead and attach that slider. It's got a nice adhesive in the back. You go ahead and put that in the center and just push around the edge so that way it makes a good grip with the washer. Now that's going to help us get that sliding motion, make it really easy, because it's not on bearings. Again, we're just using the pressure and weight to slide that on there. Now the center part, again, I added that bearing from a skateboard wheel just to add some height. You can always add more washers, or you just could attach it directly. It just gives me a little bit more wiggle room when I want to move that tripod head around. We'll go ahead and tighten that a little bit. Now again, this that Fast Track was about $8.99. The bolts and everything, just like maybe $3 total, plus the slider, which is another $4. Now you can see that it's sliding right on top. It'll move back and forth pretty easily. To make it even easier, I use a furniture polish on there. On the track, go ahead and spray it on there. I use Pledge. If you spray that on there, it'll make it nice and slick. Now the other thing I want you to notice is the plastic on the edges here. One side is thicker than the other. This was a lesson that I learned because I had my camera on there and that thing popped off the edge. So again, it's not 100%. Don't rely on that securing your camera equipment, because you can see one edge is thicker than the other. Because make sure you have your hands on your equipment. Just that's what I did. So don't keep an eye on your stuff so it doesn't pop off. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Again, this cost me $20 to put together. It does the job. There are better products out there, but if you want something quick, easy, and it saves you some money, this thing works really good. If you want to watch a little tutorial on how to explode a car or how to float some text around in a 3D kind of space, go ahead and click on one of those. Also, please click like and subscribe to the channel so I can keep making these tutorials. And thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.